Karen, you brought Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudi columnist who was killed, executed in the Saudi consulate in Turkey, to the Washington Post. Also question of just basic human justice and dignity. How do you think about that background for you personally, given what's happening right now?
I remember when it came out that Jamal's last words before he was strangled to death was, "I can't breathe." I couldn't help but make that connection to, at the time, Eric Garner, the black man in New York who was killed by a police officer who was also choked out. And he also said, "I can't breathe." And here we are now in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder, he was killed by a knee on his neck, also saying, "I can't breathe." And we saw that in the case of Saudi Arabia, and we're still trying to push for any sort of accountability. In the case of Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince, who the CIA determined was responsible for Jamal's killing. And then here we have a system in the United States where getting an arrest, much less a conviction, for a police officer who murders or kills a person in the United States is extremely difficult. And just speaks to these questions of impunity and these questions of cruelty, really. And so to me, I link the two because, again, they're fundamentally about human dignity and the fact that people who live in oppressive societies, they often talk about it. They feel like they can't breathe, they can't speak, they can't be, they can't. In Jamal's case, he couldn't write. He felt like he was suffocating in Saudi Arabia, which is why he came to the United States, only to find out he still wasn't safe. And so similar to, as I said earlier, about being black, and you think that if you're respectable, if you have the right accoutrements, the right degrees, if you talk to the officer nicely and try to de-escalate, you think that will protect you. And it's not the case if you're going up against a force that does not value your life as a human being.